My poetic numbers. 1. To the ladies. I'm sorry to say this, but honestly speaking, nowadays men don't choose a lady by how she's thick rather than how she think. Because you see, her body will only make memories that will later fade away, but her mindset will build a home and raise a family. So my young boys, choose wisely. 2nd, I once approached a lady in town with intentions of asking for directions. But before I could even utter a word to her, she told me, "Sorry, I don't date black guys." My feelings were a bit hurt, but as a man, life still goes on. 3. Please don't ever judge me by how I dress. In a family where I grew up in, we were told never to be the materialistic type of kids, because all of these are earthly things. One day they'll not be there. 4. I don't like violence. Not at all. So it still hurts me that everywhere that I go, my country is mostly known because of war. Hope my future young generation will do something about it. 5. To the young generation, please know what you do before you do it. Because in the current world we live in, the youth are lost. They believe that if you don't do drugs, you're the boring type of a person to hang out with. But if you do drugs, then you're the kind of the best person to hang out with. 6, in case I become successful in life, God willing, I want my friends and relatives all to be on the same bus with me because we ride as a family. 7, my mother decided to fly with the angels a week to Christmas. So for the first time in my life, I never celebrated the birth of Jesus. 8, my elder sister recently gave birth to a bouncing baby boy. So I'm a proud uncle now, and my mother is a grandma in heaven. My poetic numbers.
Amazing pieces from poet K2. I told you guys, you're going to love this. He has pieces that are so well put together. You just want to sit down and just watch. K2, good morning.
Good morning.
How are you?
I've been fine.
Happy New Year. We have not seen each other since the last time you were here. 2020 actually.
Happy New Year, man.
Wow, okay, Happy New Year marambili. Yeah, 2021 and the 2022 one. Happy New Year. How are you doing? How have you been?
I've been fine. We've been here and there.
Yes.
We thank God we are healthy and we're back.
Yes. Mwaka imeanzia vipi? How are you feeling this New Year?
So far, siezi complain. So far, so good. We're still looking to see what the future has for us, but so far no complaints. We're still pushing on.
Amazing. Sasa, because I feel like honestly I thought you were here last year. Like unajua 2019 kwanza haikuwa, we can't even count that as a year. Then 2020 flew by. So what have you been working on the entire of last year? That was 2021. Like what were you doing? What projects were you having during the entire of that year?
Yeah, so mostly 2021 I will say that I've been working on some personal projects. Basically I've been doing performance mostly here and there, because the last time I came here I wasn't that much into performance, as you can remember. And so 2021 we decided tuamue ikue ni ile mwaka ya ku let's perfectishe performance. So I've been doing performance here and there, counties, Nairobi, I've gone to Nakuru, we've even gone to an extent of going to Kisumu, Dala. So we've been doing performance here and there.
Yes.
And I think results zake zinaanza kujionyesha pole pole.
I can see them online. I can see they have definitely your hard work has started giving fruit, and I love that. Now, for guys that don't know, now that it is 2020, I'm still wrapping my head around that. But give us a brief history of Poet KU. Wewe ni nani, unafanyanga nini, ulianza poetry lini? Just a kidogo brief history for the people who have not seen you last year here on KUtv.
Yeah, so basically Poet K2 is a young performing poet from South Sudan, but currently in Kenya.
Yeah.
I was born and raised in Kenya, by the way.
Yeah.
I was born in the refugee camp, that is Kakuma refugee camp, that is located in Turkana, huko ndio penye nilizaliwa. And I've been raised there, but came to this side now for further studies.
Yeah.
So that's where I've been raised, did my primary, high school, and also continuing with the other part of education over here.
Yes.
So currently based in Nairobi, and poetry started I think back in high school.
Yeah.
Ilianza tu mchezo ile mambo na kuongea here and there. You understand how people are talkative in high school.
Yeah.
So back in 2016, by 2017, that's when I started writing poetry, but performance now professionally, if I can say so.
Yeah.
I started doing it in 2019. That was at Player Theatre in Nakuru. That's where I did my first performance. And as they say, the rest is history.
The
and here we
rest
are.
is history. Amazing. I want to give you a chance for another performance, because when we come back, I want us to talk a little bit about Refu Poetry, because that is, I know that is close to your heart. Yeah. But right about now, a second performance for you guys at home to enjoy.
Thank you. So, a young man full of dreams. He stands in front of a mirror and says, "Of late, life has been so unfair to me. Too much stress to bear mentally as a young youth. Suicidal thoughts on my mind daily. So tell me, God, what's next for me? My friends have turned into my enemies, and my enemies have turned into my worst nightmare. They smile at me from a far distance, but run away from me during my darkest days. I'm mentally in hell, but spiritually in heaven. The doors to my success seem to have locked me out, keys thrown into the deepest ocean, and the more I look for them, the deeper I get into my evil thought. People view my life from a low point, so at times I just take drugs to let them watch me get high. I don't know if it's helping, but I don't care, because it's the only loyal friend that I've got around me at the moment. I have a family, but I still feel lonely because none of them is always there for me when I need them the most. My heart is crying right now, but when I'm gone, they'll be the ones to cry for me. I'm in the dark right now, but when I'm no more, they will light candles as a symbol of sending me off. Every night I'm sleeping in my ragged clothes, but a day is coming when I'll sleep with my casket closed. There are times I'm on my knees asking God to prepare a place up there for me when I'm about to take my own life. But something keeps on telling me not to do it, that there's something that is still here for me. But I wonder what's taking it so long, because the inner demons that I'm fighting are almost taking over me, and I may end up doing something stupid." So a young man full of dreams, he stands in front of a mirror and says, "Of late, life has been so unfair to me. Too much stress to bear mentally as a young youth. Suicidal thoughts on my mind daily. So tell me, God, what's next for me?" They call me an introvert for not speaking up. But once I do, they're the first ones to tell my secrets to the public and laugh at me. There are days I'm afraid to sleep, wondering what if I never wake up to ever see my loved ones. I know I'm not the only one that is going through all of this, because I know of young boys that have been sentenced to life imprisonment for crimes they never committed, but just because of the bad company that they had. I know of young girls who are rape victims that have been chased away from their homes just because of reporting an uncle who sexually tried to abuse them, and they are now viewed as family enemies. I know of young men that have taken their own lives just because of not being in a position to feed their younger family, and nobody was there to offer an helping hand when they needed it the most. I know of young ladies who are currently facing a judgmental community on why they got pregnant before they even completed their studies. And this brings me to the question, as they say, why are African parents so quick to notice a pregnant child but not a depressed one? I know we're the future, but my generation is slowly fading away because of being misunderstood. I know we're the future, but my generation is slowly fading away because of having questions but no answers to be given. I know we're the future, but my generation is slowly fading away because of living in an hypocritical environment. And then when it's too late, that's when questions are being asked. Why did she kill herself, yet we had seen a brighter future ahead of her? Why did he kill himself, yet we were there for him? Well, the truth of the matter is, depression is real, and it's claiming lives behind those closed doors that you pass without knocking. So check on your friend. So a young man full of dreams, he stands in front of a mirror and says, "Of late, life has been so unfair to me. Too much stress to bear mentally as a young youth. suicidal thoughts on my mind daily. So tell me, God, what's next for me? Thank you.
Another beautiful piece from Poet K2, and I am here for all of it, and I know you guys are enjoying as well as learning. This brings me to my next question, K2. What is your inspiration for all these pieces? Like that one was on depression. I'd love to know how do you choose what topics to cover, and how do you go about it?
Yeah. So basically, as they say, as poets, we are the voice of the voiceless back in the community. Yeah?
Yes.
So we have people that go through things, but they're not bold enough to come out and speak about them. So currently, the poem that I just performed right now, it was inspired by a friend of mine back in high school. I won't mention his name for security purposes.
Yeah.
But back in high school, I had a friend of mine. He was so much depressed because of family issues here and there. So he almost committed suicide, and we were classmates.
Yeah.
So I had a chance to talk it out with him.
Yeah.
Tuliongea hapa na kule ma 1 and 2, and through that niliweza kujua zile vitu zenye anapitia, and through that sasa we had a deep discussion, and for us, or for me, to avoid such a thing happening to anyone else that is out there that I can't reach, tuongee naye. That's how the poem came through.
You wrote an amazing piece.
Yeah, and that's how it was inspired.
Amazing. I like that, and I hope you guys at home are listening to this. Of course, remember to check on your friends and talk. Okay, just talk. Look for a friend, talk to them, and also frequently check on your friends. You don't know what is happening behind those closed doors, as K2 has said. Of course, I love that these pieces are practical, and they are put together so well to drive a message home that is so clear, and I love that about Poet K2. Now let's talk about Refu Poet, Refu Poetry, and what is that all about, because I know it is right in the heart of why you do poetry.
So Refu Poet is it's an organization that basically supports refugees through art. So if you're a singer, if you're a dancer, if you're a poet, if you're a rapper, all kind of arts. So I was lucky enough to work with them through 2020. That's when I first came here. If you can remember, with Desmond.
Yes.
Yeah. So we've had some few programs that we've done here and there in association with JZ2. So basically the organization has helped a lot, and it has nurtured a lot of talent from my brothers, my sisters who are back in the camp. So basically, if there are discussions like the one that was done about the camp being closed, the Kakuma refugee camp. So it was a very sensitive topic to us as refugees who have been here for the last almost 3 decades so far. So Refu Poet basically is that kind of an organization that gives us refugees a platform to give our opinions about the thing. So Refu Poet basically has been a very good platform, and we've been working here and there, and so far we're still working with them with JZ2. So other programs to come in the future.
Amazing. Are you planning on any event to go back to Kakuma? Because I would be very, very interested.
Funny thing is that I was in Kakuma like 2 months ago. I was in Kakuma 2 months ago. There's an event that we did that was called Breathing Art. That was mwezi wa 10, mwezi wa 3. Mwezi wa 10, mwezi wa 9. We did an event over there. It was a competition, by the way. So I was lucky enough. I went away as the winner.
Amazing. Yes. Are there plans to go back?
Yeah, Kakuma is home. No
exactly.
matter.
I would like to tag along. I'm asking this because I think I didn't know. I don't know if I told you this last time, but back in primary school, I had friends who were from South Sudan that we schooled together with, actually, and it's been such a long time. I'd love to go back because I know they lived there. Of course, maybe they have moved out or something, but I'd love to go back. Like that's that whole thing gave Kakuma a special place in my heart, and I am looking forward. So whenever you have a plan, let me in, okay? I want us to talk about your upcoming EP, which is the reason but that you're here. But since you're here, another piece, one more piece, and then we come and talk about your EP as we close, right?
Okay.
Amazing. Guys, enjoy.
Let's make it romantic.
Okay.
So, to the young, beautiful lady outside there that will one day be my wife, the mother to my 19 unborn children. Yes, you heard me right, 19. The new pure generation I want her to give birth to. The one that will have the other portion of my heart. The one that I'll even call babe before we even have one. Hi. Allow me to introduce myself from a far distance before we even meet. I go by the name Chol Matiop Chol, but most people call me K2. I'm a poet. So I fell in love with words before I even fall for you, and I'm sorry for that. Please forgive me. I'm from a motherland that gives birth to tall, dark giants. That's South Sudan. I was raised and brought up by an African mother who taught me that, my son, when choosing a wife, don't let the natural allowances that they have deceive you. You see, she may have mountains on her back, but when you guys quarrel in a relationship, the echo of the sound may make the mountains crumble and end the marriage. So choose from the heart and the manners that share. I don't know what type of men you like, but 3 things define me. I'm tall, dark, and hands. Okay, the other one I leave it up to you to decide when we meet physically, but please don't disappoint me. Don't break my heart. I'm not bragging by saying all of this, but honestly speaking, I think I'm a full package. I'm a type of a man that will give you slow morning kisses on a Monday, tight warm hugs on a Tuesday, flatter with you the entire Wednesday, show you about how to handle hardship in life on a Thursday, take you to my parents for blessings on a Friday, make babies on a Saturday, and then go on our knees and tell the Almighty Father, thank you for the life that you've given us on a Sunday. So how lucky are you? We may have not met yet, but something tells me that you've got a cute face, a face that reflects the brighter future that we'll have together and the family that we'll raise. We may have not met yet, but something tells me that you've got a personality that will make my daughter proud to call your mother and a role model. We may have not met yet, but something tells me that you've got manners that will teach my son how to treat ladies like a gentleman. So, tell your neighbor who's now stalking on you wherever he is that he's wasting his time. Because destiny has already told me that you and I are meant for each other. And in case we don't meet you on earth, I'm 100% sure we'll meet in the near future. So my future wife, my last question is, will you marry me? Thank you.
To that lady out there, will you, after such a beautiful, beautiful piece, I do hope that she says yes when she does. Poet K2, I really do hope that she says yes. Now, we are here to talk about your EP, which I am excited about because I know you have many, many pieces in your bag. How many, roughly? Would you say roughly how many pieces do you have so far?
I've got like 7 pieces in the EP.
Yes, I know, not in the EP, yeah. Before the EP. How many pieces do you have? Moja.
Hey, I've got a lot.
I know, so I am definitely looking forward to a chance, to see a composition of a number of them put together. So talk to me about your EP one in Itwaji.
So my EP is called The Sun from the South. Basically it's an EP that was, according to the title of the EP, you can see that it was inspired by where I come from. So mostly, as I said, I've been in Kenya so far, let's say 24 years so far. So most of the time, most of my friends are Kenyans. I've met a lot of Kenyans. I've met other nationalities. So most of the time, whenever we'll interact, we're having those deep conversations. Msee tu atakuuliza, so bro, wewe tuambie bwana, unatoka wapi? Tell us about back at home, imekuaje juu inakaa ujaenda sana. So basically, that's what inspired the title of the EP. So Son of the South. That's where the title came from, and basically talks about personally about me, talks about some few topics about my motherland, and some private things about me too.
Amazing. So how many pieces are we expecting in this EP?
We're expecting seven. Yeah.
7 pieces.
Yep.
Is there any collab huko ndani?
Imagine for the first time I'm doing an EP with no features.
Yes.
It's only me.
Just
Yeah,
Poet K2.
Yeah, it's not that siwezi fanya kazi now, lakini most of the pieces that are in there na relate nayo sana.
Exactly, like hence the title, you know, like you gotta do what you gotta do. You have to do your own and do, you know, other pieces. So totally understandable. Plus, we really do your pieces, so I would not mind listening to 7 of them on different things on who are. So guys, if you want to know about K2 himself, of course, about his interactions, people, homeland, the EP is what you are looking forward to. When will it be out?
For now, atuja set the date because most of the poems are still zinapikwa bado jikoni pale studio. Yeah, so for now atuja disclose a date, but late within this month, late January. Yeah.
Kuna piece moja tunaweza from the EP, hata kama ni kadogo, 1 verse hivi, to just get a taste of what we are expecting.
Okay, this is called early forced marriage. Yeah, so there's a piece.
All right, take a listen, guys.
So it's 2 hours past 6 p.m. and I'm worried. My younger sister Chol is not home yet. The last time she came home this late was 2 years ago when she was 16. And I remember father whipping her so hard she'll come running to me shouting, brother. I'll hold her so tight, wipe her tears and tell her, Angel, don't cry. Big brother is here. So at this time I'm worried. And I start making phone calls. I call our friend Monica. Monica says, Acho left 2 hours ago and she looked unhappy. I call our friend Ayan. Ayan says, Acho left an hour ago and she took a Bible with her. I don't know where I got all the other contacts, but I kept on calling. 3 hours into calling and Achol is nowhere to be found. Achol turned 18 a week ago. Oh, so she now thinks she is a big girl. She can come home whenever she likes, go wherever she wants. I swear this time she's going to get it, Achol. Big brother is not going to be there for you when you need him the most. Achol, big brother is not going to wipe your tears when you need him the most. Achol, big brother won't be there for you. But wait, something is not right. Father had visitors today. His 61-year-old friend was here today, and they seem to have been discussing something very serious, and each and every time I've heard them speaking about 100 cows. No, it's not what I'm thinking. I'm just overthinking. But why will father do this? Has the greed of wealth become more important than the dignity of his own daughter? Has the greed of wealth become more important than the future of his own daughter? So this time I'm very freaked out and I start looking for her. And within no time, I found Achol at a riverbank. She turns around holding a Bible in her hands, looks at me and says, brother, go and tell father that I had given the family everything, but in return, he valued wealth over me. And before I could do anything, Achol had already thrown herself into the river and drowned. To be continued.
Amazing. I feel like this EP is so up close and personal. You guys cannot afford to miss it at any cost. Okay. So the EP is to be released end of January. We don't have a date yet, but I'm sure he's going to give us his social media handles. Guys, follow up on me. I will follow up on him to make sure that when the EP is released, we are going to be among the first people to have it. Please tell me the plans for 2022 after the EP and social media handles as we close.
Yeah. So 2022 mipango ni mingi sana. Let's say ndio tumeanza vizuri KUtv for the media tour.
Yeah.
Such a privilege. I'm
amazing.
thankful. Thank
you.
So once we release the EP, basically tutaambia penye tutai drop, and if we'll be doing live performance hiyo pia we will disclose it on our social media platforms, but from now mtusamee ya kwamba tujakuja na full information. So after that maybe 2 hours of performance here and there, I'll have to go back to Kakuma, which is what I call now my homeland, because that's where I was born. We do some performance there because most of the pieces zenye ziko hapo ndani they relate with kama there's a poem titled Refugee that I wrote a long time ago. Yeah, so after hapo to end Kakuma, we do some tours over there, and lucky enough turudi huku, and we still work. If possible, I may end up giving you guys an album at the end of 2022.
I know, right?
Yeah.
Yes, if the EP is January, I mean, you can fix us in there and give us a full album, and we will be so excited. Social media handles?
So on all my social media handles, at Instagram, that is Poetic. On Facebook though, wamekuwa kiniforce for the last 5 years. Nitumie my official name, that is John Chol Matiop. And then on YouTube, that is Poet K2, that is Poet and then K, then hyphen and then 2 in words. And then on Twitter, that is Poet K2, and then on my email, that is at cholmatiop088 gmail.com. Yeah.
Amazing. Just Google, right? Poet K2, Instagram, Twitter. You are going to find him and you're going to find his work, guys. And you are doing amazing. Poet K2, all the best. We wish you all the best for this year, that is 2022. Take your EP to the world. Take your album to the world. Destiny connectors along your way as you even become a destiny connector for other people. Thank you for joining us. It's always pleasure. I am hoping that I'm going to see you at least a second and a third time before the end of the year, that is 2022.
We can make that happen.
Yes, I want to give you a chance for your final performances. Guys, I know final performance. Guys, I know you have had a great time. I know you're enjoying those pieces. So text in 0739110544, because after his piece, we are going to go for a break. And when we come back, I might just decide to go through all your comments. But right about now, ladies and gentlemen, I give you for the last time, Poet K.
So hi, I'm from South Sudan. Yeah, I know. You've all probably heard of the country. So that's my motherland. And because of civil war, I've got brothers and sisters staying in every part, all over continents. I've got others in Australia, others in Canada, Ethiopia, Uganda. And thanks to the United Nations and the Kenyan government, I'm living with others in Kakuma. Our negative stories have been told in every part, all over the world. And whenever we think it's coming to an end, that's when it starts. The other time, I tried calling mom to ask how everybody's doing back at home. She picked up, but she seems to have been in a hurry, because when I tried talking to her, all I could hear was, son. And before she hung up, I had gunshots. At this time, I knew a child somewhere has become an orphan. Someone's father has become a victim of death. A woman has been turned into a widow. A massacre taken place. This was 15th December 2013. A year that made me believe death really exists. And this got me asking my father, Dad, what has always been your dream in this country? He took me by the hands, looked into my eyes and started shedding tears and says, son, I've never had a dream because I've never slept. How do you expect me to sleep when all I've been doing is running in the bushes, protecting you guys from flying bullets? How do you expect me to sleep and whenever I close my eyes, I'm being woken up by sounds of innocent women, children, men crying for their lives? How do you expect me to sleep when the floor I'm supposed to sleep on is full of blood? And that's why nowadays I'm not known by my name. I'm known as a refugee. I've always wanted to be a journalist, but wait, how do I report death of my people each and every time? My sister wanted to be a doctor, but she can't bear having bloods of innocent lives in her hands every day. My younger brother wanted to be a professional footballer, but his legs were taken away from him. I don't know why all this is happening. But tribe is nothing but a name we've only been given to divide us. So instead of preaching war, why don't we preach peace? Instead of spreading hate, why don't we spread love? Instead of dividing ourselves, why don't we unite together as one? Because I went to a foreign land, tried making friendship with this guy. Everything was going well, but he immediately walked away from me when a passerby said, hey, be careful. He's from South Sudan. At this time, I started hating myself, not because of the country, but why was I even born in such a time whereby your brother helps you today and tomorrow he's the same person that pulls the trigger on your head. And that's why nowadays I'm not known by my name. I'm known as a refugee. My flag has 6 colors. Black, a color that represents the black melanin skin that my people have. A skin, no matter the scars on it, it will still look beautiful. A skin, no matter the tears that are fallen on it, it's still gonna shine with it. Red, a moment of silence. The blood that our forefathers shed when struggling for freedom. White, the peace that we've been longing for decades after decades. Green, the natural wealth that my country has that is not seen because of war. Blue, a color that takes me back to the good old days when we used to laugh as we fish on that river Nile. Yellow, a color that gives me hope and determination that no matter the darkest days my country and my people are going through, one day there'll be a light at the end of the tunnel, because I want to be known by my name, not as a refugee. Peace for South Sudan. Thank you.